In today's video, I'm going to lay out what the truth is about online real estate leads. So whether your expectations haven't been correct or maybe you've been lied to by one of those other lead generation companies, today we're not only going to set the record straight and show you what you should expect, but also talk about the strategies that you can use, the systems, the methods to increase your conversion rate of online leads. Take a look. Hey everyone, Kevin Smullin with 2Q Lead Generation Strategies. If you're brand new to our channel, welcome. We're so glad you're here. What we're all about is helping real estate agents just like you generate more leads, set more appointments, and close more transactions. So if you're looking for ways to grow your business, this is absolutely the place to be. Please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you here as part of our community. Now, before we get going on today's video, just one quick note. Down in the description below, you'll find a link for our Facebook Masters class. It is a free 2-hour course that shows all of our best practices, strategies, the ad templates, everything that we use to help our clients get greater results. So if you're looking to learn how this works, that's the best place to go. Go check that out. It's 2 hours of your time well spent. Now, today's video, what we're talking about is the truth about online real estate leads. And what I have found in talking to tons and tons of agents is that either their expectations aren't where they should be, what they think and what reality is are two different things, or they've flat out just been lied to by one of those real estate lead generation companies. And I want to set the record straight and kind of talk about why reality is very different. So with that, let me just go ahead and share my screen here. We'll just kind of go through this. One of the biggest disconnects that people have as they get into this space talking about generating online leads, and frankly, I don't care what the source is. Whether you're going to one of those large lead generation companies, the Zillows, the Realtor.coms, I mean, there's tons of them out there that are in this space. So whether you're going to one of those, whether you're generating leads on Facebook, which is primarily what we do, regardless of the source, what happens with 99% of all online leads is this: the lead is generated online and it's a cold lead. Now, my definition of a cold lead, it doesn't mean that the lead is bad. It just means that prior to this moment in time, they don't know you and you don't know them. There is zero relationship, zero trust. And again, it's just a cold lead. That's all that means. They don't know you, you don't know them. They could go out and buy a house tomorrow. It could be months, it could be never, who knows? But the biggest mistake that people make with cold leads when they first get into real estate or looking into online leads is what they're buying are cold leads. And what they're expecting is a hot lead. They're expecting someone that has that relationship, someone who is a sphere of influence, someone who is a past client. Now, what I mean by that is my definition of a hot lead is somebody that does know, like, and trust you already. That element of trust is there. And so because that element of trust is there, you will convert a much higher percentage. My experience is that when you're getting leads of these kinds of people that already know, like, and trust you, you're probably going to convert better of 75% of those, right? That's been my experience. So what happens is people purchase online leads and what they're expecting is a hot lead, someone who's ready to go right now. They're going to be converting lots of these. And the reality is that's not. So you've got to realize that, number one, anytime you're getting into the space of online lead generation, 99 times out of 100, what you're buying is a cold lead. Those people do not know, like, and trust you yet. There's no name recognition. There's nothing that makes you stand out from the crowd just yet. They have no idea who you are. So that's the first thing you got to realize. Now, when you're working with cold leads, the industry statistic is that you're going to convert roughly about 1%, sometimes less, especially if you don't have proper follow-up systems to convert the leads. At the latter part of the video, I'm going to talk more about lead conversion and what the systems and the methodology is to increase those conversion rates. But statistically, what you're looking at is about a 1% lead conversion rate. Now, here's why this is relevant. A lot of the lead generation companies out there sell really expensive leads. So, the Zillows, the Realtor.coms, et cetera, et cetera. Again, there's tons of them out there. It all kind of works off of the same methodology and the same system. People come to their website, request information, that becomes a lead. They sell the lead to various agents. That's basically the simplistic version of how this works. Now, what you are buying is someone who's expressed interest in a home or a home market analysis, whatever they're doing to generate the lead up front. But again, the fact of the matter is they don't know you, you don't know them. It's still a cold lead no matter what the source is. Now, here's why the 1% conversion ratio is important to understand. A lot of these companies, if you do the math of how much they're charging you versus how many leads they actually give you, it's normally upwards of $100 or more per lead. I was just talking with someone yesterday. They are currently spending $1,400 a month with Zillow, and they're getting 8 leads a month. If you do the math, it's over $100 a lead, and this is not a super competitive zip code. When you start getting into, the very popular areas, the metropolitan areas like Los Angeles and New York, you're going to find even more expensive leads than that. Now, in some cases, the leads are being sold to other agents. In other cases, they're not. Again, as a general rule of thumb, if you are buying exclusivity from one of these different companies, exclusivity comes at a cost. I'm sure none of that shocks you, right? So if they are exclusive, they tend to be more expensive. If they're not exclusive, then you can pretty much ensure, if it's not more expensive, you can pretty much ensure that lead is being sold to other agents as well. So now it's a race to the phone as far as which agent can be able to convert the lead. So with that being said, again, if the typical conversion rate as you're seeing on the screen is 1%, then it's going to take you roughly 100 leads to get one to close. So if you're spending $100 or more per lead, I'll just keep it at 100, and it takes 100 leads, that means you're into it for $10,000 before you're seeing a closed transaction. Now, some people will close more than that. Their sales skills are better. They have better follow-up systems. But again, this is the industry standard, 1%. So this is why a lot of people don't like those major companies, is simply because it takes so much volume in leads, and the leads are so expensive that by the time you do have a closing, if you're doing okay, you're kind of breaking even, and it's hard in that system to be able to make money. One of the biggest differentials for us is when we work with somebody and we're generating leads for them. Number one, it's exclusive. Number two, all of the leads that we generate off of Facebook, we can do it in volume for a very low cost. Typically, what most of our clients are experiencing is when they're running ads, they're able to generate a lead for around $1 to $2 per lead. So we can do it in volume, and by doing it in volume at a low cost, the numbers make more sense. So if you were to generate, say, 200 leads with us, by the time you paid our fees plus the advertising fees, those 200 leads are going to cost you roughly around $10 per lead. Can you see how the numbers start to make a lot more sense? If it's costing you around $10 all in per lead and we do 100 of them, now you're into it for $1,000, right? And, again, you can just see how the numbers start to make sense from there. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so with that, it kind of just, you can start to see how the numbers begin to make sense. So with that, that's the first key. You've got to realize that the simple truth about lead generation is that what you're buying is a cold lead. They don't know who you are. Now, let's talk about lead conversion. What does it take to take the leads and turn it into business? Well, this is where we start talking about, it's all about the follow-up, it's about the systems, the methodology, the strategy, etc. So the two major tools that I would recommend for anybody to improve their lead conversion is having an automated text message system. So we prefer text message because of all the different methodologies we've used and tested. Text outperforms everything else because it's so much easier for people to respond to a text than it is to pick up the phone of a phone number they don't recognize or respond to an email that most of them are never going to open. So we find that text messaging to be the best result. So that's what I would recommend to anybody. The systems that we use, it's an automated text message system. And the moment one of the leads responds to one of these automated messages, that's when the automation shuts off and we have live sales agents who jump into that text conversation, do their best to qualify the lead, and then turn that into a phone appointment. So that's one of the systems I would recommend anybody to help improve their conversion rate, is making sure that you've got some kind of automated system that's following up. Because if you get a lead and you only follow up once, the likelihood of that person being ready to do business today, it's so low that it's frankly not even worth it. Sales is a timing game, and especially real estate. Most of the leads that we generate today, especially on Facebook, they're not ready to do business with you today. It's going to take them some time. We've got to warm them up. And that's why, as we begin to warm up leads, maybe you're getting referrals from people, your conversion rate with those people, and again, I'm calling them warm because there's some name recognition. They understand who you are a little bit. Or in the case of a referral, someone has told them about you, and that trust has transferred from that person to the referral. And so again, it warms up that lead. You'll convert 20, sometimes more % of those kinds of leads. So does your system have something that's warming up the cold leads to push these people closer to being likely to do business with you? The way that we do that is twofold. Again, I mentioned the text message system that's going on in the background from the leads that we generate. And then we also continue to run ads to people that have responded to lead generation ads that we've run previously. So we continue to keep your content in front of those people all the time, building name recognition, brand recognition, credibility, authority. Our goal is we want to make you the go-to person in that market, but it takes time and energy to warm them up. This is really what makes our system and our practice different than a lot of the other companies out there. It's all about, we understand that generating the lead is only one portion of success. It's being able to take that lead, warm them up, and generate higher quality leads through that process. We also help people market to their sphere of influence and their past clients. These are your warmest, hottest leads that you'll ever get because these people already know, like, and trust you. And this is really what makes us unique in the online lead generation space, is we're not in the business of generating a lead and selling it to as many agents as we can. That's not our business model. Our business model is we want to take one real estate agent, work with them closely, and build a marketing system that's going to generate leads from all three sources. Yes, we will generate cold leads and put them through a follow-up system to help you convert as many of them as possible. But statistically, those are the hardest ones to convert. Part of what also helps us generate more business for our clients is marketing to these categories, helping warm up the leads that you've already got, marketing to those relationships. This is what really sets us apart. And when you look at the total cost versus what people are paying for just cold leads from other sources, it's not even a close comparison. So again, this is the truth about online lead generations. The biggest mistake, the biggest false expectation that agents have is when they buy leads, they are buying these, but their expectation is that it's one of these. It's going to be somebody that's going to be converting very, very quickly. And in most cases, that's not the case. See, in real estate, it's this time period. People need time to fix their credit. People need time to get the kids graduated or get the house ready to sell, or any number of different scenarios. It could take time. And that's what you have to plan for, and that's where your conversion will be the highest, is taking a long-term approach, warming the leads up, and having a very robust follow-up system. That's what makes the difference. So that is the absolute truth about online lead generation. That is what I would teach anybody, is you've just got to realize that what a lot of those companies are selling, what you're buying is not what they're selling. A lot of times they're selling that, yeah, we've got all these leads and they're going to close tomorrow. And then people get into that and they've been lied to, and it's just not the truth. The truth is, most online leads are cold. They don't know who you are. Some of them are going to give you bogus information. That's part of the game as well. You just got to be prepared that that's how it works. But the more we warm them up, the more we generate leads from warm sources, the higher your conversion ratio gets. Again, that's the name of the game. So hopefully that was valuable for you, helping you understand the truth about online real estate leads. If that was valuable, take that split second and help us out. Click that thumbs up button. We appreciate your support. Also, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. please click the subscribe button down below. Also, there's a little bell notification. If you click that, you'll be notified anytime we put out brand new content, and we put out brand new videos and strategies like this every single week. Also, down in the description below, you'll find a link where you can find more about the marketing services that we provide for real estate agents. So if you would like us to help you implement these strategies in your business and grow, then let's have a conversation. We are exclusive, so we limit how many people we work with so that we're not competing with ourselves to generate leads for our clients and generate results. Other than that, I will put up a couple of videos right here that you can use to keep growing your business. Other than that, have a great week. Keep crushing it with your real estate business. If we can help, let us know. We'd love to do that. And otherwise, we will see you on the next video. Take care.